Hello and welcome back to Building Your Empire with SophieZo. I am so excited for today's episode because I have a special guest for you yet again. And not only is she an amazing woman, amazing entrepreneur, but she's also a very good friend and colleague of mine that I've known for many, many years. At the intersection of Bob Proctor and Susie Orman is Eleni Anastos with a little Detroit sass thrown into the mix. Eleni Anastos is a business strategist and prosperity coach who helps entrepreneurs and C-suite executives bust through money and mindset blocks so they can create the income, impact, and lifestyle they desire at any age. She has extensive experience in business development, program coordination, personal development, education, public speaking, training, and assessment while holding certifications in business, money, and life coaching. Eleni creates and implements assessments and training programs for business owners to increase income, client engagement, and improve morale. She understands that external results only come from internal change. Eleni has spoken on national stages and has been a featured guest expert on national TV, podcasts, radio shows, and streaming networks, sharing her amazing money and mindset strategies. She is truly passionate about helping people live their best lives professionally and personally, and her innovative, no nonsense approach ensures that clients waste no time in getting results. Eleni is also the best selling author of My Reinvented Life Finding Purpose in the Pain, and a best selling co author of One Habit for Entrepreneurial Success. So, my friend Eleni, welcome to my show. I'm so excited to have you here. How are you today?
I am great. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm excited to connect with you and your listening audience.
Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. So, in case you listeners don't know, my show is all about helping that mid six figure and above entrepreneur step into that next level of 7 to 8 figures. And I do that with little short biz tips and tricks each week for them to really be able to figure out how to get there. And so today I'm going to tap into Eleni's amazing knowledge, experience, and all that she has done in her life and ask her, what is your number one tip, trick, or piece of advice for those entrepreneurs looking to go from mid six figures to 7 and 8 and beyond?
Great question. And I love the premise of your show because everyone needs that support, needs that encouragement to get to that next milestone. But for me, regardless of whether you're making 50,000 a year or 50 million or anywhere in between, you have to get connected to your money. We all have a relationship with money. And I had somebody recently say, "What do you mean I have a relationship with money? It's something I want to have. I wish I had more of." But most people don't realize where money is concerned, they are the cause, the money is the effect. And again, I have found, regardless of your current station in life, you could just be starting out, you could have already hit it out of the park financially. Most people feel disconnected with money. And I ask people, if you want a rich and rewarding relationship with your spouse, with kids, with clients, don't you have to pay attention to them? So how can you expect to have a rich and rewarding relationship with money if you don't pay proper attention to it? So I'm talking about getting first of all, get very clear on your money why. If you're making, say, 200,000, 300,000, and you want to make 750, or you want to break that seven-figure goal, like I know you're so good at helping people get over that benchmark, get crystal clear on why. Why does it matter to you? What's the impact you want to have? How is your life going to look different once you achieve that income goal? Because as we all know, especially these last 18, 19 months, challenges are going to come up, obstacles are going to come up. We're going to get thrown off track. But the more emotionally connected to your why you want to make that happen, that's what helps keep you focused. And I always have my clients track their money. And some people say, well, what do you mean track it? And most people have obviously some type of bookkeeping system, an accountant, CPA. But I want people to get so connected with money that they're focused on it in the right way. So I have clients literally track the amount of money coming in on a daily basis before expenses, before taxes, before you had to pay someone else. And I remember one client recently saying, yeah, but what about the days when nothing comes in? I'm not putting the damn zero down. And I get it. But when you initiate attention with money, you put yourself in the driver's seat. That's my ultimate goal for clients. So many people have it the other way around. They give all their power away to the money without realizing they have the power. So when you track money coming in, even on days when it's zero, put the zero down. That still means you're in the driver's seat because you're initiating it. And if you end up seeing too many zeros on that tracking sheet, then you look for patterns, right? You say, okay, maybe on certain days in the month, maybe I can do something different. Maybe I can increase the price of my services or my product. Maybe I can make more sales calls. Maybe I need to hire someone. There's always a pattern that you can look at and see how you can break through. So instead of thinking, I want to avoid that at all costs, how is that going to get better? Just like if something was wrong with us, physically, you had a pain in your side, you know what? I'm just going to ignore it. It's not going to go away. So don't be afraid to get connected and focused. And just like too, and I know you can appreciate this, Sophie, what if you have the best month of your life? What if you have the best 2 months of your life in your career? Don't you want to know exactly why that happened? Did you raise your fees? Did you maybe introduce a new product or service? Did you make more sales calls? Did you reach out to the warm market? So again, going back to cause and effect, put yourself in the driver's seat so you are the cause that brings in the desired money that you want to have while staying so connected to your why. You've got to know why it's important to you. I've heard people say, well, I just want to break 7 figures. Okay, great. That's a wonderful goal, but why? Oh, I don't know, just to have 7 figures. It's not going to last. Because again, the obstacles and the challenges are going to come up. And then what happens? If you're just driven by a number, but you're not connected to why you want it, you're going to fall off your game. Can you
That
relate to?
is, oh, sorry. That is so great. I really love that. And tell me this, I've heard a lot about watching your numbers, looking at your numbers, and you're talking about doing it daily. And I've heard some people say things, little phrases, like, snuggle with your numbers, get into your numbers, make love to your numbers. And they really are talking about, not only looking at the numbers, but, getting comfortable with them. And so my question to you is, as you're thinking about your why and you're looking at your numbers daily, like you're talking about, how does that figure with getting comfortable with them and getting into what I propose is the right mindset that keeps you focused on that goal in the way that is going to, keep you going and plugging along like a steam train rather than hitting blocks and walls and stopping. So what is your take on the mindset side of that why and that number you're chasing?
Yeah, oh, that's a great question. And that's where people really need to get solid on because you and I can both help people get there. You want to make X number of dollars. Okay, let's reverse engineer and see what it takes. What's the current price on your product, your services, your offerings? And we can be very strategic about what it will take, how many sales, what you need to do to make that happen. But again, if you're still like, I don't want to deal with the numbers, I don't want to look at it, then your mindset to me is a scarcity mindset. And nothing productive, nothing abundant obviously comes from scarcity. And looking at your numbers daily, you said, I think getting snuggly with them, getting cuddly with them. And I'm talking about spending 3 to 5 seconds a day. I'm not saying you've got to spend, an hour a day looking at your numbers. Just record what comes in. But then once a week, I suggest having a money date, as I call it, where you do look over your accounts. You do spend a little more time looking at your numbers. Doesn't have to be a great amount of time because your mindset shifts when you initiate the attention, when you're being proactive instead of like, oh, money's that necessary evil. We all know entrepreneurs, money impacts every single aspect of a business. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, even if you're retired, money's going to affect you for the rest of your life, right? Yes, we have love, we have air to breathe, but pretty much beyond that, what do we have that in our lives that needs money to come to us? So having the mindset that money's not the bad guy. Money actually is neutral. Like anything in your world, you apply the meaning to it. So if you look at it as the tool, that you're in the driver's seat, you're being proactive by initiating that attention with it, you're going to have a much better chance at achieving your financial goals.
That is amazing. I love that. And, part of what we do on my show is talk about the tips, tricks, but we also talk about the mindset and the work and the things you can do to get to that next level. And money definitely is, money mindset is definitely key to all of this. So tell us, Eleni, if someone wants to learn more about you and how to work with you and how you can help them, where do they need to go? What do they need to do to go find you and get more info on you and how you can help them?
Oh, thank you so much for asking. I am branded under my own name, Eleni Anastos. So you can find me through my website. I'm on the main social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So feel free to reach out, even if you just have a question. I'm happy to reply. And I look forward to connecting with people because, the reality is so much of our relationship with money, it happened to us when we were growing up. And I think the things that we learned from people around us, whether it's parents or anybody that we spent a lot of time with, the intentions were honorable without question. They wanted us to be safe, they wanted us to be protected and taken care of. But it's okay to look in the mirror and say, this doesn't work for me anymore. I want to try something different. And that I have infinite respect for. Whether you're just starting out in your 20s or whether you're in your 60s or 70s, to me, it's never too late to rewrite your money story.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Eleni. It's been great having you on the show and sharing your wisdom with my people. I'm so excited that you came on to do that, and I'm sure they are too. So, with that, I will wrap it up, and we will see you next week on Building Your Empire with SophieZo.